Hello guys, back again with the Zim the Movie channel. In this video, I am here to explain the storyline of Wang Lin's journey and his new journey this time, namely Renegade Immortal episode 59. If you have never watched this series, please watch the storyline on WeTV. The link is in the description. In episode 59 this time, it tells the story of Wang Lin, who will see a big battle between the alliance of 4 factions against the Snow region, which turns out to be very strong. And we will also see a very strong enemy that will be very difficult for Wang Lin to deal with. Okay, so what is the full story? Let's just go straight into the story. Wang Lin was seen hiding underground and reading the contents of Zhu Wutai's token, which said that the teams Zhou Wutai had sent to various countries to seek help were gradually returning. However, this war is getting worse by the day, more and more than they ever imagined. They had also asked the 8 surrounding 4th-level cultivation countries for help, but they all refused. Even the countries that receive envoys avoided sending troops to join the war. And there was only one country that was willing to help, and it was a country that had had good relations with the 4-faction alliance for generations. Out of compassion, this country vaguely said that the rulers of the various countries had issued a strict ban on participating in the war with the 4 factions alliance from the very beginning. Here, Wang Lin couldn't believe that the Snow region, which was a 4th-level cultivation country, could have such influence. Zhu Wutai also told Wang Lin through the token that the real reason for this war was a woman from the Snow Nation. This woman had reached the peak of soul formation in only 100 years without taking any pills. In fact, it was said that this woman was a 5-element spirit body that no one had ever seen. And from the time she was born, this woman had the ability to control the 5 elemental spirits for her own use. And this woman is also the most talented person on the planet Vermilion for the past 10,000 years. And this talent attracted the attention of the Vermilion Kingdom, and they personally invited this woman directly to the Vermilion land. Then this woman made a condition to the Vermilion Kingdom, that is, she would make the land of the Snow region a 5th-level cultivation land, and then she would leave the Polar land and change the address of the land. And the place she chose was within the territory of the 4-faction alliance. After that, the cultivators from the Snowy Lands would soon appear in the alliance territory of the 4 factions to fight for the Rain Tripod. Here, Wang Lin was certain that in this battle, there would definitely be many masters in the soul formation realm. And since he realized that his cultivation was not enough, the only way Wang Lin would be able to put the final ban on the ban flag he carried was if he was cornered, and that was the only way Wang Lin would be able to survive. Here, years pass, and Zhu Wutai has asked the sect's disciples not to allow the magic treasure to interfere within 80 feet of the Celestial Spire. Under the command of the sect leader, they had to take the bell from the Shumo sect because the treasure could be used as a defense formation. Then they immediately set up the defense formation. After that, someone told Zhu Wutai that the dragon's soul was already in place and could be awakened at any time. Then Wang Lin realized that the enemy had arrived. Zhou Wutai also watched the people from the Snowy Land coming out of the teleportation formation. It seemed that they all immediately used a protective formation when they saw that the Snow Woman in question had begun to unleash her power. Then Zhou Wutai showed the Rain Tripod that the people of this Snowy Land wanted, and Zhu Wutai requested that the 2 sides simply call a truce so that the mortal humans would have some hope of survival. However, this woman was still determined to take over that country's territory, and she would take the Rain Tripod with her. Even the mortals who used to live in this land would become the people of the Snow Land. This woman immediately ordered all of her men to attack, as this place would be the new location of the Snow region land. Here, Zhu Wutai, with the help of all his sect disciples, immediately set up a defensive formation when he saw all the people from the Snow region start to attack. But that wasn't all, as the Snow Kingdom sent in more soldiers and even ice monsters were seen attacking the alliance of the 4 factions. Seeing this, Wang Lin understood the reason why the heavy snow had been here for 10 years. It was so that the cultivators in the Snow region could use the ice and snow on the ground to unleash their magic power. Here, Zhu Wutai ordered everyone to fight desperately if they didn't want their homes to be destroyed. This is where Mo Shan, the leader of the Shumo sect in the middle stage of soul formation, and Wu Huichu of the Black Soul sect in the late stage of soul formation, stepped in to face this snow country. But everyone was shocked when the woman began to emit 5-element spirits and immediately attacked. It seemed that even the Bell formation could not withstand the attack of the woman's lightning elemental spirit. Here Qing Fu, who was an elder of the Green Wood Cliff sect at the intermediate stage of soul formation, was about to face them after hearing that the 5 spirits had the power of soul formation, and it seemed that this person was directly facing the wood elemental dragon. Meanwhile, Wu Huichu faced an earth elemental dragon. Meanwhile, the fire element Phoenix continued to try to destroy the protective formation that Zhu Wutai had set up. Seeing that the formation was starting to crack, Zhu Wutai quickly reinforced it. Even from the ground, Wang Lin could tell that both sides still maintained their true strength. Seeing that many people were dead, this woman also took out her other treasures. And everyone was shocked because it was a tower of ice and snow in the presence of the soul formation masters of the Snowland. Wang Lin was surprised that there were now 36 soul formation masters, 4 of whom had already reached the final stage of soul formation. This woman was seen using the tower to destroy the protective formations set up by the alliance of the 4 factions. The masters of the 4-faction alliance were injured because they had to withstand the immense power of the ice and snow tower. Here we can see that the formation guarded by Zhu Wutai has been broken by the ice tower. But suddenly, Zhu Yun, the protective elder of the Black Soul sect in the late stage of soul formation, appeared and approached the woman, who turned out to be a red butterfly from the land of snow. The woman recognized Zhu Yun, who was one of the 9 late-stage soul formation masters of the 4-faction alliance. Zhu Yun also remembered the words of the elders of the 4-faction alliance that Juji's killing power was so great that cultivators below the divine transformation realm would definitely be killed by it. Zhu Wutai, who was there at the time, said that this great power would cut off the lifespan of those elders. One of the elders said, if there is no country, no sect, and no life, why have a long life? And this person told them that the key to this battle was the red butterfly woman. If she died, the Snowland would lose the support of the ruler of the Vermilion Land. At that time, the alliance of the 4 new factions had the ability to repel the opposing forces. Here, Chen Chong said that the Snow region must have anticipated the possibility that the 4-faction alliance would secretly kill the red butterfly lady. And if there were a dozen soul formation masters lurking next to the red butterfly, how would they handle it? This was also where Zhu Yun came up with the idea of urging the soul formation cultivators of the Snow region to enter the battlefield. Therefore, this Zhu Yun directly ordered the cultivators to act now. She was shocked that the elders in the 4-faction alliance were burning their own age essence. And here, too, this red butterfly woman was trying to stop that. Here this woman was surprised because it turned out that this attack had been divided. And here, Zhu Yun immediately took out the Juji killing formation from earlier that was released with combined force. And quickly, this Zhu Yun directly fired the attack towards the red butterfly woman. It can be seen here that this woman is still trying to stop the killer arrow attack. She even used a protective heirloom to block the arrows that kept shooting out. But even this powerful formation managed to break through the defenses and hit this woman directly. When Wang Lin saw this, he thought that it shouldn't be so easy to kill this red butterfly woman. Then, when Zhou Wutai saw that the red butterfly woman was dead, he would not give away an inch of land from the land of the four-faction alliance, and the four-faction alliance immediately attacked the same snow region warriors and the 5 elemental spirit beasts. This was the scene of a great battle for the territory, and here Zhou Wutai immediately sent out his formation to summon the protective sky dragon. Seeing this, Wang Lin realized why Zhou Wutai, with only nascent soul cultivation, couldn't have such a high status in the four-faction alliance, because it turns out that this Zhou Wutai has the bloodline of the country's guardian celestial dragon. Zhou Wutai also believed that the 5 elements spirit had weakened because the physical body of the red butterfly girl had died. Therefore, Zhou Wutai asked everyone in the four-faction alliance to do their best to prevent the people of the snowy land from returning to their place. Here, the elders of the four-faction alliance directly attacked the 5 element spirits. Meanwhile, Zhou Wutai continued to attack the snow monsters that had appeared earlier. Here, Wang Lin saw that there was still an earth element dragon that Wu Huichu was facing. Then Wang Lin realized that the 5 elements of the Tianyi Pearl were incomplete, and Wang Lin thought about absorbing this earth elemental soul formation spirit into the Tianyi Pearl alone. Here too, this Wu Huichu continued to confront this earth elemental dragon. Meanwhile, Wang Lin continued to try to get out of the underground. Then Wang Lin stepped out of the ground and directly unleashed his lightning power, then set up an invisible band formation to trap this land dragon. Seeing that the dragon was hit by his formation trap, Wang Lin tried to increase his power to suppress the dragon. However, this dragon managed to escape from Wang Lin's formation, which made Wang Lin admit that even though the earth elemental spirit was severely injured, its strength could not be underestimated. This is where Wu Huichu comes in and immediately suppresses the earth dragon and then tries to take it. However, Wang Lin did not remain silent and directly used the power of Tianyi Pearl blood to capture this land dragon. Seeing this, Wu Huichu was furious. But here, Wang Lin admitted that he was a disciple of the White Cloud sect, and Wang Lin took the earth elemental spirit on King Song's orders. Wu Huichu also felt King Song's aura coming out of Wang Lin's carved statue. Then Wang Lin entered the ground again, thinking that if the Soul Formation Realm Cultivator had acted, Wang Lin would have died on the spot. And here, Wang Lin also felt that the Prohibition flag was almost destroyed because it had snatched the land dragon from Wu Huichu. After that, Wang Lin felt that a cold aura had suddenly appeared. Wang Lin quickly checked for a cold aura and saw that many mortals were frozen due to the cold aura. After that, Wang Lin immediately followed the direction of the source of the cold aura, and he saw that there were indeed many mortal humans who had frozen to death because of the cold aura. Not long after, Wang Lin saw an ice statue that was almost impossible to detect even with divine consciousness. Even the soul formation cultivators of the Four Factions Alliance seemed to be unaware of this statue, and Wang Lin realized that this must be a part of the formation after he sensed that it contained the terrifying power of ice snow. Wang Lin also tried to detect the existence of this thing, and Wang Lin saw that this ice snow formation had already covered the entire battle arena. As a result, Wang Lin realized that this battle was far from over. Wang Lin immediately informed Zhou Wutai through his token. Sure enough, all of the ice statues, which turned out to be a large number, immediately emerged from the ground. Here it could be seen that this ice carving directly attacked the four-faction alliance, causing people to immediately freeze, and Zhu Wutai was also immediately panicked by the incident. That 100 years ago, on the day of the birth of the red butterfly, or Hong Day as we call her, there was a rare phenomenon of heaven and earth in the snowy land when the spirits of the five elements appeared. And these five elemental spirits gathered around Hong Di and protected her all the time. As Hong Di grew up, the power of the five elemental spirits also grew rapidly. Having such a genius was a blessing for the snowy land. Then Zhang Ying took Hong Di as his disciple to find out the origin of the five elemental spirits. However, she predicted that a great disaster would befall Hong Di in the future. After that, ahead of the innovations in the four-faction alliance, Zhang Ying asked Xinghe to bring Hong Di's five elemental spirits and lead the troops to the four-faction alliance. So yesterday's arrow attack was not the clone version of Hong Di, guys. In fact, it was Xinghe who sacrificed herself for Hong Di. Here, Zhang Ying also said that if yesterday Hong Xia's cage body belonged to her, she finally predicted the disaster that would befall Hong Di that would occur in this big battle. And if Xinghe could help Hong Di overcome this disaster, then the disaster of death on Hong Di would vanish and the way forward would become easier. Here, Xinghe looked jealous because, after all, she was the first disciple of this Zhang Ying, while Hong Di followed her master for only 100 years. However, when Xinghe saw that his teacher was injured, he was immediately shocked. Here, Zhang Ying also told her that this prophecy had consumed all the energy for the rest of her life, and Zhang Ying asked Xinghe not to blame her master, especially since the snow region had been trapped in this barren land for too long, and Xinghe was also the oldest disciple of the snow region. And if Xinghe could take care of Hong Di, it meant that Xinghe would also take care of the snow region. Here, this Xinghe was hysterical when she saw her master's body slowly disappear. And because of the death of the ancestor of this snowy region, there was a mourning atmosphere in the snowy region. That was also the reason why Xinghe immediately accepted the order from her master earlier. Meanwhile, in the Four Factions Alliance, everyone was seen avoiding the attack of the ice statue in the form of a Medusa. It can be seen that some chose to fight, while others chose to run away. Seeing this, Zhu Wutai once again used his Azure Dragon to destroy the formation. No. And this Zhu Wutai was always trying to destroy it because his responsibility to the alliance of the four factions was so great. Everyone was shocked, however, when Hong Di appeared and asked the envoys from the country of Vermilion to destroy the Azure Dragon. Everyone was shocked, however, when Hong Di appeared and asked the envoys from the country of Vermilion to destroy the Azure Dragon. Here, Aoji admits that he has no right to kill the Azure Dragon. However, if it meant taking out his bloodline so that this dragon would not cause any more trouble, then Aoji was willing to do it. Here, Aoji immediately started to act, and Zhu Wutai quickly tried to block Aoji's attack. But Aoji's strength was too great for Zhu Wutai to resist. And even this Aoji took Zhu Wutai's blood to disable the Azure Dragon's control. While Zhu Wutai, who was falling, just realized that their real enemy is not Hong Di of the Vermilion Kingdom. Here, the Azure Dragon is still trying to save Zhu Wutai. But Aoji said that starting today, Zhu Wutai no longer needs to protect the land of this region. And it seems that this Aoji also managed to take the soul of the Azure Dragon. Here, everyone from the Four Faction Alliance immediately fled when they saw that the Azure Dragon protecting the land had been destroyed, and they are trying to leave because they are in great danger. Meanwhile, Wang Lin, who was still underground, was just watching the outcome of this war, because the alliance of the four factions had been shattered after the country's protective azure dragon died. After that, Hong Di was seen directly awakening the five elemental spirits, and it could be seen that the five elemental spirits reappeared one after another. But at this point, Hong Di was shocked to find that her five-element spirit was still one short, and it seems that those four remaining spirits then went on a rampage to destroy the alliance of the four factions. In the other direction, Zhou Yun was seen being knocked down and killed by the wood elemental dragon's attack. Meanwhile, King Song still had to face the fire elemental spirit. But in the end, he too had to be killed, as the Snow Region troops also attacked from behind. Seeing this, Wang Lin felt lucky because Tiany's pearl had already absorbed the earth element spirit. If it hadn't, Wang Lin would have had no way of surviving to take it from that woman. After seeing Zhao Wutai leave the battlefield, Wang Lin thought that this was a good time to get the rain tripod. Here, too, the wounded Zhao Wutai seemed to be hiding in a hidden cave. He immediately prepared himself to realize that someone was coming. However, Zhao Wutai immediately deactivated his power because he felt a familiar aura. Even here, Zhao Wutai didn't expect to meet Wang Lin at this place. And here Zhao Wutai admitted that even though the rain tripod was a high-level treasure, he could not protect it, and neither could the four factions. Therefore, Zhao Wutai would give it to Wang Lin if Wang Lin wanted it. And whether Wang Lin could keep it or not depended on Wang Lin's own luck. After that, Wang Lin was seen leaving the cave. However, Wang Lin also left behind a bottle of medicine and told Zhao Wutai to take one every day to heal Zhao Wutai's wounds. After that, Wang Lin also wanted to escape from this place because he had gotten the rain tripod. And Wang Lin immediately tried to run away when he realized that a person from the Snow Region was coming. And that person was Lian Ning, the elder of the Snow Region at the early stage of soul formation. And the woman immediately tried to attack this Wang Lin with her ice power. Fortunately, Wang Lin was able to dodge and immediately use the souls of the nascent soul cultivators that he had formed into puppets to fight against Lian Ning. Here, it could be seen that Lian Ning was still able to trap the souls of these soul puppets. But Wang Lin quickly used the opportunity to create an explosion and ran away. Here, Wang Lin was surprised because Lian Ning was able to move quickly and was already in front of Wang Lin. Looking at Lian Ning, who was about to attack again, Wang Lin once again took out the soul puppet. And here, Wang Lin realized that even though this person's cultivation was already in the realm of soul formation, Wang Lin believed that this woman's physical body was not strong. And Wang Lin thought that there might still be a chance for him if he used the blood of the ancient god. So Wang Lin injected the ancient god's blood into this soul puppet's body. Wang Lin's soul puppet began to attack the old woman. Here, while blocking the attack, Lian Ning also felt interested in this nascent soul stage puppet. Even here, Lian Ning managed to catch the puppet, which kept trying to attack her. Then quickly, Lian Ning set up a protective formation, looking at Wang Lin, who was making a blast from the soul of this puppet. Wang Lin thought that even if he could escape today, it might be more difficult to escape in the future if he was exposed. Therefore, Wang Lin immediately used Heavenly Doom to put an end to the old woman. Even here, Wang Lin took out the Prohibition flag to immediately summon Heavenly Doom. It seemed that Lian Ning was shocked to see this Heavenly Doom as well as Ao Zhai. Even here, Li and Ning didn't believe that a nascent soul cultivator like Wang Lin could summon heavenly doom. And just as quickly, Wang Lin attacked with the heavenly doom flag towards the ice and snow tower. Afterwards, we see Wang Lin successfully destroying the tower, but here Wang Lin is also injured from releasing this heavenly doom. When Wang Lin tried to escape, Aoji asked Wang Lin to take out the heavenly doom again. And if Wang Lin was willing, then this Aoji would give Wang Lin a good reward. Even here, this Aoji continued to ask Wang Lin to come out and ask to take out the heavenly doom once again. However, Wang Lin didn't expect that just to kill a soul formation master, he would have to use all the magic weapons Wang Lin had. And Wang Lin decided not to interfere in the affairs of the Vermilion country. After that, it was said that after the great defeat of the four-faction alliance and the fall of the country's protective Azure Dragon, several countries were destroyed. And the following year, the cultivators and the four factions were almost all killed in the war. And those who were still alive had to hide their identities in order to survive in this land that became the new Snowland. It was also said that 5 years had passed, and Wang Lin is still hiding in the Tianni Pearl that Wang Lin keeps in the ground. Here, too, the Earth attribute of the Tianni Pearl has reached perfection after successfully absorbing the Earth element dragon spirit yesterday. And the space in this Tianni Pearl now has spiritual power as well. Even the 5-element light ball body is already showing signs of life. And Wang Lin also believes that this Tianni Pearl has a miraculous function that Wang Lin has yet to discover. But Wang Lin can only wait until the integration of the 5 elements of the Tianni Pearl reaches perfection. And when the Tianni Pearl has recognized its owner, only then will the Pearl's hidden power be revealed. Here, Wang Lin also said that since he enlightened himself about the law of his conception of life and death, the time reversal in the Tianni Pearl had ended. In other words, there was no longer any difference between the laws of time outside and inside the Tianni Pearl. And since Wang Lin's hiding time had now reached its limit, Wang Lin would only have 4 more years to reach the soul formation realm here. Not long after that, Wang Lin came out and saw this new land of the snow region. And Wang Lin didn't expect that in just 5 years, the snow region would have developed like this. Wang Lin then walked through this new snowy city and saw that people were always forced to carve sculptures out of ice. After examining the people around him, Wang Lin was shocked to find that there was an aura of death on their souls. And Wang Lin felt that since there were so many mortal humans in this place, life energy should have appeared. But why were these people filled with death intent instead? And that's the storyline, guys. Renegade Immortal episode 60. It turns out that in this episode, Wang Lin doesn't seem to want to get involved in the war, knowing that his enemies are so strong. But even so, in the end, they were frightened to see Wang Lin's heavenly doom formation. And will Wang Lin intervene to solve the problem with the mortals in this new snow region? We'll see in Renegade Immortal episode 61. Thank you for watching until the end. Final word from me. Bye.